Hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. Estamos dentro de esta magnífica aventura que va a iniciarse
Estamos
en
dentro
breve.
de esta máquina.
Voy a llamar a la chavalada porque Nacho va a querer experimentar esta maravilla audiovisual que va a ser este streaming de Disco Elysium. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna call this bastard of man by Discord. Take my motherfucking call right now. Right now. Take it right now. Hola. Estamos live on YouTube, ¿eh? Es un espectador que activa tenías del Nacho y no se conecta.
¿Recordarles? ¿Yo?
Ni idea, me lo han recomendado. Por algo de detectives, creo.
Ani.
Oni. Bueno, esto es lo primero que he visto, que no tengo muy claro cómo funciona. Pero parece que son como las clases, ¿no? Tengo la opción personalizado, que entiendo que será como más nivel plus o lo que sea. Y luego tengo otras opciones. Bruto, es como más sí, psique. O sea, como poca inteligencia es una cosa, sí, ni puta idea. Pero bueno, es el manitas, ¿no? Es el que hace las cosas físicas. Pero luego es tonto, ¿no? Vale. Luego este es, vale, es como más sensiblón. O sea, no veo su... Es que efectivo, bueno, no entiendo muy bien tampoco su ventaja, pero bueno. Y este es el inteligente. ¿Y cuál es lo malo? Bueno, tengo que mirar las stats, ¿no? Es que Psi, no sé qué coño es Psi. ¿Qué coño es Psi? Constitución será la fuerza, el otro... Pues es tonto el otro también. Vale. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 9, 6, 7. 2, 11. Pues a priori... a priori... Claro, sí será la psique, ¿no? Es lo que te digo, ok. No, pero entonces usted... Ah, ni puta idea. Vamos con este. Vamos con el intelectual. Más vale maña que fuerza, ¿no? Eso siempre se dice.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
¿Qué?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle. soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
¿Qué?
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of Pelagic Zone. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into
Pero ahora
oblivion?
sí.
Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation.
O sea que no me he querido morir, ¿no? Básicamente.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed
Me iba a morir.
machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage.
Es la cosa más canallesca que he visto en mucho tiempo. No he entendido, pero nada. O sea, una resaca del copón, ¿no? Pero del copón. Oh, qué bien la vibración del mando. Qué bien la vibración del mando. Sí, sí, sí. ¿Qué coño es esto, tío? ¿Árbol de habilidades o qué? ¿Qué vírica es eso, tío? Se lo ha pasado a Enrique, es que no es muy difícil. Vale, ¿cómo cojo esta puta mierda? Botella. Ah, coño. ¿Cómo puedo? ¿Qué? ¿Cómo coño funciona esto? No entiendo.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
¿Qué coño es esto? No puedo... Ah, coño, ya lo pillo. Madre mía. Qué tonto soy.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Vale.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Something you've done before. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your
Pelota.
fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Vale, eso está muy bien, pero ¿cómo coño se cogen las cosas? Vale, pero... No entiendo. Tío, controles o algo, es que no sé. Quiero interactuar. Seleccionar objetos interactivos. Ah, vale. Joder, vale, pero es que ahí pone... Madre de mi vida. No sé si vuelvo a interactuar con eso.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Shumba. Shumba.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Oh, mira.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite, but still ongoing. Now, finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in... You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try. Do it if you want to die.
Claro.
The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. The lights are off again. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elon that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring, probably not. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand, abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. for now. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only if it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit, then he made the expression. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is you have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice cinema. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Sir. Police biz couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strut yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning. She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably... I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Iranier, another part of the world.
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also, that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself is very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. Glad to have been of assistance.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. Still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. There they both are, 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like 2 baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Qué puto juego más raro, tío.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be through a PA system, by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with you would need another copy of the tape first though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. What looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the great skua. The seabird is the small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy, why don't you go and talk?
He pretends not to.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID. and a leather-bound pocket. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man, just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice, and the sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you press your tongue against the counter. The stain is crusted at first, but after a couple of licks, it starts to melt like a snowflake. You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent. The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavored, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like, as you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in grip. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an introduction.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk